Shalom. I just want to show y'all something real quick. We just had the Mona Lisa, Leonardo da Vinci's painting, just get defaced by activists. Now, I'm about to post a video because when I seen the devil, I also saw the Mona Lisa, and I heard a song by Lil Wayne. He got a song called Mona Lisa. So they're using these movies and they're using these celebrities to push an agenda on the people. All right, but the chosen, we see what's going on. There's women out here staring at us. All right, I just had a girl, a woman, an old lady, recorded me yesterday and caught her. So we giving y'all the news of what's going on really out here. Suicide is happening. People ain't trying to listen to us. Just had Jimmy Kimmel on my page. And look at this brain coach. You know, only the chosen gonna help the chosen in these last days. Now this Gaza emergency appeal, they've raised almost $4 million. And this is why we're telling you. These celebrities, all right, the Most High, we see these the 144 goes back to Revelation 7, verse 4, and Mark 16 and 20. These signs keep following us. All right, it's the Most High God, literally showing that He's still with us. You know, because a lot of people they can't even match these signs up. Biblical prophecy is coming to pass. We're in the last days, the last time the Messiah is going to return. And all this money being raised, where does these, like UNICEF, when you see in the videos with the dogs out there in the cold and, the children out there in Africa, all this money being raised, man, all right? There's a false love, all right? Who's creating these diseases? Who's creating these crises, you would say, all right? I was kidnapped by the KKK, and they brought me to a bar room. And there's this song on YouTube by John Lauderdale, Jesus in a Bar. Literally, I'm not the only one that is, these stories are real. Some of these celebrities who never blew up to super fame like Elvis and, the artists you see today, music has changed, all right? So it just brings me back to this. They raised $4 million. Where does all this money go? Who's it going to? What family? It's just, we understand that these donations, if the Messiah was back asking for donations, like, hey man, this picture crushes all images in the world, all sculptures, even crushes the Statue of Liberty, because this is God made right here. Acts 17 and 30. I'm going to show you, what are these Bible scriptures talking about? Her judgment reacheth unto heaven. You know what I mean? So, Leviticus 26 and 1. This is supposed to be a country that in God we trust, but we're finding out who their God is. They're the God of the dead is who they worship. Spoke of in Revelations 13 and 8. The letter J was inserted in the 1500s. All right, and all these graven images of the Renaissance. You gotta understand, Leonardo da Vinci was the father or the founder of the Renaissance era. Between the, I believe it's the Renaissance was from the 14th century to 19th century, and up until today, they're still bowing down on these images that these churches have put on by the Commandments of Kings, spoke of in Wisdom of Solomon 14, and Wisdom of Solomon 15. This is what's so powerful. Wisdom of Solomon 15 and 5. It's literally talking about these dead images. This is telling you who the devil is. The devil, all right, they used the Bible as social media back in the ancient days. All right, that's why everybody would go to church. You know, there was more believers back then. You know, they feared the Most High God. Okay, so this just comes down to this. Look, I keep this short, sweet. You know, because you gotta understand. I was praying like when I broke my neck. I prayed onto their gods, and it was getting much worse. My neck, almost like people don't understand. So basically, if you go into the scriptures, you understand when the Messiah comes back. Verse 5 is he's that wood of righteousness. All right. If you go back to Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, we're that wood, and we're not no Pinocchio. You know what I mean? It comes down to the draconium devil is the Mona Lisa, all right? And that's who they're worshiping in these churches is these people are summoning devils and demons, and that's what these pictures are, these portraits that most famous paintings and such, you know? So if you go to Wisdom of Solomon, just look at it. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and verse 8. I mean, but that which is made with hands is cursed as well it as he that made it. So these people were cursed that kept on making these images and still setting them up in front of everybody. He because he made it, and it because being corruptible it was called, lowercase God. You gotta understand, you gotta match these up with the scripts. The God of the dead, you gotta understand who that is. It's the devil. The God of this world, 2 Corinthians 4 verse 4. And it's just super deep. Alright? Why were they doing this, you know? Let's just pull it in there. There's only a few scriptures. You see that they're the children of Balaam. Jeremiah 23 and 27. Here a little, there a little. You understand what all these other scriptures mean. Our teachers teach us. Now, remember the movie Indiana Jones? The Ark of God is taken. Well, now, no weapon formed against thee shall prosper. You know, Acts 17 and 30. Now, I'm going to try to show you guys, all right? Matthew 22 and 32. I am the God of Abraham and the God of Isaac and the God of Jacob. It's like, I am the God of Abraham and the God of Isaac and the God of Jacob. God is not the God, capital G-O-D, of the dead, but of the living. All right? He gave us glory in this story. You know? So, we know that burning bush was a chariot, you know what I mean? An angel. Psalms 104 verse 4. Mark 12 and 27. He is not the God of the dead, but the God, capital G-O-D, the God of the living. Ye therefore do greatly err. There's these scriptures out here that literally just prove, all right? It just proves that, let's see if there's any more scriptures. Yeah, Luke 20 and 38, for he is not the God of the dead, but of the living, for all live unto him. All right? So, yeah, we literally have, everything's coming to proof. So he raised us from the dead, meaning We're not living dead in our old ways. He woke us up into a new life. Okay, we becoming a new creature by the renewing of our mind. All right. So see if there's any more scriptures about the God of the dead. Because you gotta understand, the God of this world is the God of the dead. These religions, their philosophies, they changed the name of the Messiah. If you see that name right there, the J word, you see it's Strong's G 24:24. If you know what Matthew's 24 and 24 is saying, why is this a Greek? You know what I mean? They're trying to be sneaky about it. When you can see this was of Hebrew origin, tells you Joshua, Jehoshua. Alright. So, let's understand, look at this. Just see if we can find that name in there. And see if, who was that guy, you know what I mean? Look at this. Acts 18:7. And he departed thence and entered into a certain man's house named Justus, one that worshiped God, whose house joined hard to the synagogue. There we go. You gotta understand Revelations 2:9, 3:9. This is they trying to reduplicate something, okay? And it's just us Israelites. Soon to go gay if you turn back and you start doing that, worshiping what you know not. Alright, let's see. We just don't know who this guy was. Alright. Latin origin. Okay. Super deep. So, this was the occasion to deceive the world. Yeah, it's a beautiful read if you know what it's talking about. Wisdom of Solomon 14, because knowing these things is what's saving us. That's why we're still alive. Alright? The Most High is building us up. Wisdom of Solomon 14:4, shewing that thou canst save from all danger. Yeah, though a man went to sea without art. Nevertheless, wouldest not that the works of thy wisdom should be idle. Acts 17:30. And therefore do men commit their lives to a small piece of wood, and passing through the rough sea in a weak vessel are saved. You understand what the Red Sea was? It was symbolic. We're surrounded by people that are red. They got hot blood in them, and they're haters of the Most High God. All right, that's why they're talking about this civil war. You all of a sudden see masses of people starting to work out now. But are they working out their salvation with fear and trembling, like we are? All right. And this is what this comes down to. They trying to make money off of. They're trying to make money off of these images and stuff, and their confusion. And people are gonna find out that they're worshiping devils and demons. All right. Nevertheless, thou wouldest not that the works of thy wisdom should be idle, and therefore do men commit their lives to a small piece of wood, and passing through the rough sea in a weak vessel are saved. For In the old time also, when the proud giants perished, this is where we at right now, the hope of the world governed by thy hand escaped in a weak vessel. If you ever seen the Titanic, that's exactly what's happening. There's about to be a lot of people drowning, and left to all ages a seed of generation. For blessed is the wood whereby righteousness cometh, but that which is made with hands is cursed as well it, as he that made it, because he made it, and it, because being corruptible, it was called God. For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. That's what Acts 4 and 12 is talking about. The Most High God, capital G-O-D. So we see the God of forces, you know. We had some Moabites expose this. Alright. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, these UFOs. Because in the creature of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, the creature of God, they have become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, the invention of them, the corruption of life. So we know why boys and girls out here becoming gay, they're becoming a whole nother creature. They feminine. They ain't putting their women in order. We got more women wearing pants out here. And then actually at the end of the day, you're gonna find out a lot of these women out here, they put a dress on to deceive men, right? They have a whole bunch of pants up in their wardrobe when women supposed to have nothing but dresses. Deuteronomy 22 verse 5. And these people is looking for you to be talking about them. Literally, no, we don't deal with y'all like that. We don't worship. We're not in a religion. The Messiah was not in a religion when he was here. He wasn't preaching. He wasn't preaching Christianity, Catholics, Buddhists, Islam, Muslim. He wasn't any of that. All these religions have cut up the pie and made money off of deceiving people. Why is so many people repping red? You know what I mean? We just understand. There's people that really got the devil on them and don't understand, all right? So at the library, we're in a place of study, all right? So Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. Meaning they're not going to heaven, all right? Because they're not resisting the devil, and the devil's not fleeing from them because they don't resist it, all right? That's why they flee from us. For by the vainglory of men they entered into the world, and therefore they shall come shortly to an end. You know, the devil knows he has but a short time. So that's why you see all these things happening from Israel, the civil wars being talked about here in America. And we're literally trying to tell people, no, take this very, very serious, all right? Because the Most High God, he's made us so famous with this story. So famous that people got to ignore us. And that's going to be a sign. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 15. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he had made an image of his child, soon taken away, now honored him as a god, okay, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. So you got to match this scripture up here with they sacrificed their children unto devils, okay? So at the end of the day, you look at verse 16, thus in process of time an ungodly custom grown strong was kept as a law, and graven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings. We know that they took his vision, they made a counterfeit image, all right, of the Messiah. So like, if you're in Catholic or Christianity, they want everybody to believe that when the Messiah returns, he's gonna be looking like everybody else. Or if you go to China, they got the Messiah looking like a Chinaman, like Bruce Lee. Or basically it just comes down to it. Yeah, there's gonna be saviors, messiahs, as the Bible say, that are gonna come and judge Mount Esau. Okay, spoke of in Obadiah, the book of Obadiah. All right, they enslaved tribe Judah, the Afro-American, which is Jeremiah 14:2. All right, the real news is in the Bible because we're living it out. They're trying to deceive people with the news, with these movies, with the music. Music's sick out here, man. It's not really. Only real music is gonna have true understanding in it, and that's why, like, at the end of the day, look at this. Whom men cannot honor in presence because they dwelt far off. They took the counterfeit of his visage. When I was in Louisiana, I was at this place, and the lady, the place was named Visage, and I asked her what it means, and I think she said it's French for face. All right, so you got to understand, he was made in the express image of his father. All right, so that's why, like, when you have a kid, your kid's gonna look like you. Okay, like Back to the Future. So when the Messiah comes back, we understand that the Messiah was made in the Most High God. He created him. He's his top creation, the chief cornerstone. All right. Wisdom of Solomon 14:17, whom men cannot honor in presence because they dwelt far off. They took the counterfeit of his image, of his visage from far, and made an express image of a king. Okay, Revelations 9:11, whom they honor, to the end that by this their forwardness they might flatter him that was absent as if he were present. So you gotta understand, Messiah, the Messiah, he was condemning these graven images, abomination. Because he woke up to what he warned the nations. He said, save yourselves unto this forward generation, roughly paraphrasing. Because he told them in another parable, you know not what you worship. Salvation is of the Jews, all right? So-called blacks, Mexicans, Latinos, Native Americans, those are the true Jews, and we woke up to being enslaved. The only reason why Mexicans speak Spanish is because they were conquered by the Spanish, all right? Just like you got people warring in Japan and China. The Chinese and the Japanese don't get along because of the history, all right? So it comes down to this. Wisdom of Solomon 14:18, also the singular diligence of the artificer, the AI, you know what I mean, did help to set forward the ignorant to more superstition. For he, preventure willing to please one in authority, which is the Most High God, forced all his skill to make the resemblance of the best fashion. All right. And so the multitude, allured by the grace of the work, took him now for a God which a little before was but honored. See, and these are parables as well. All right. And this was an occasion to deceive the world, for men serving either calamity or tyranny did ascribe unto stones and stocks the uncommunicable name. Acts 4:12 talk about. Genesis 11:1, Zephaniah 3:9. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of God, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace, right? Because once you know these things, it's there's no peace out here. You understand why people committing suicide, They go their whole life without researching or talking to somebody real. They didn't take them for real. For whist, they slew their children in sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies, or made revilings of strange rites. And that's these religions. All right, you don't know what these priests are doing to these kids. These priests out here doing wickedness to people, man. There's witches out here. There's real devils out here. All right, and what they do is they hide themselves. All right, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another treacherously or grieved him by adultery. So we know that Proverbs 12 and 26. Proverbs 12 and 26. That's literally what's going on. All the women wearing pants. This is seducing young boys and young men. And they get mad when we talk about it. The fashion of this world is backwards. So even Sunday worship is Egyptian sun god worship. And a lot of people don't understand it. So that there ranged in all men without expectation, blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of good men, all right, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls, changing of kind, disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanness. So when people wake up, they're eating pork, they're eating sausage, and it comes down to we're not supposed to eat that, being the Israelites. That's condemned in the Bible. You got this song by Killer Priest. It's called Bible. All right, basic instructions before leaving Earth. You know, he came out with his testimony and said, Caesar Borgia, you know, Pope Alexander III, basically, this is what it's talking about. It's talking about Wisdom of Solomon, 14 and 17 through 21. You know, this is the occasion to deceive the world. You know. And then you got the movie with Tom Hanks. Where he exposes the Mona Lisa as the draconian devil. All right. Verse 27, for the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. Because you understand what's really happening. For either they are mad when they be merry, or prophesy lies, or live unjustly, or else lightly forswear themselves, for insomuch as their trust is in idols. Okay? When you look on a dollar bill, they say, in God we trust. It's just being revealed in Wisdom of Solomon 14. Who is their God? All right. Who is their God? And it's just what it is. For in so much as their trust is in idols, which have no life, though they swear falsely, yet they look not to be heard. I will bet, for both causes they shall be justly punished, both because they thought not well of God, the capital G-O-D. There's only one God. There's only one true God. And you got to know his true name according to Romans 10 and 13. Because it says, whosoever shall call upon the name shall be saved. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay? You got to understand why we all bleed red. Alright? Giving heed unto idols, and also unjustly swore in deceit, despising holiness. Acts 17 and 30. Mark 4 and 29. For it is not the power of them by whom they swear, but it is the just vengeance of sinners that punisheth always the offense of the ungodly. So we're gonna go into it, and we're gonna basically just show you, like, we're gonna bring it back to life, because they laid charge of things I knew not. All right. Let me see. Where's that scripture at? They laid things because they try to do this. They try to do this to all of us. You know what I mean? Yep. Verse 11. So look, verse 8. They're gonna fall into their own pit because they try to get the children of Israel to worship the devil. Psalms 35:6. Let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel of the Lord Yahweh prosecute them. You gotta understand, the devil's an angel. Alright. The Most High works on the left and on the right. So when the Messiah comes back and the devil has to listen to his command, because the Most High done gave his son all judgment and power. Okay? So they can't be treating the Messiah out here like he crazy. You know? There's Bible scriptures we've been studying, and it's not no joke. Alright? So, verse 7, for without cause have they hid for me their net and a pit. Alright? Which without cause they have digged for my soul. Alright? Let destruction come upon him at unawares, and let his net that he hath hid catch himself. Into that very destruction let him fall. The people out here trying to push that name on us, you know what I mean? We know that they changed the Messiah's name. They changed God's name. You know, we know God, the Most High God, the one that made the heavens and the earth. His name is just, it's not God. You know what I mean? Eventually they're gonna look in the book and see what the book says. All right. Just gonna understand there's so many religions in on it. So I'm just gonna bring it out. Psalms 35:9, and my soul shall be joyful in the Lord. Yahweh, it shall rejoice in his salvation. All my bones shall say, Lord, who is like unto thee, which deliverest the poor from him that is too strong for him? Yeah, the poor and the needy from him that spoileth them. So these churches, if you know what Jeremiah 7:4 is, they're actually trying to possess people. All right, they're trying to get people to literally just bow down to their ways and traditions, from Christmas, Easter, birthdays, all these pagan holidays. Halloween is the day of death. You know, so it's backward, it's confusion. They make millions, billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, all right, off of holidays. Okay? They're confusing the children of Israel. And when we have our time to shine, we're not going to be able to praise the Lord like this, all right? When we're gone and when we're in the grave, we're not going to be able to, tell people, These UFOs are the angels of the Most High, all right? So after I had a UFO visitation, these people kidnapped me. They was trying to sneak me. They was trying to make me a celebrity, all right? And I'm out here living poor only because this knowledge that I know, this is for the people that matter, man. Psalms 35 and 11. False witnesses did rise up. They laid to my charge things that I knew not. You gotta understand Daniel went through the same process. Jeremiah went through the same process in Jeremiah 11. These people really tried to, they thought we were just like them, you know. Well, we was just going to go right in, you know what I mean, and follow man. You know, I just remember I died twice when I was a baby. So it's always been in my head like, yeah, remember what you're doing here, you know. They rewarded me evil for good to the spoiling of my soul. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled my soul with fasting, and my prayer returned into my own bosom. I behaved myself as though he had been my friend or brother. I bowed down heavily as one that mourneth for his mother. This is what he did. This dude that took me here, he said he killed his mom. He was taking her cancer pills, morphine or something like that. He basically was taking the medication that his mom needed to get better. And that's what this dude came out and told me. But in my adversity, they rejoiced and gathered themselves together. Yeah, the abjects gathered themselves together against me, and I knew it not. They did tear me and cease not. We had old ladies, all types of ages, in many colors, black, white, Mexican. These people try to kill me. And we try to tell people it was the KKK telling them what to do. So, that's why we live poor, man. 2 Corinthians 8, verse 9. And that's why there's civil war going on. But we telling people, no, you need to pick your Bible up. Because these people out here picking up a gun and talking about civil war, they're just letting their horns out. They've been planning this for thousands of years. Okay? The devil's been planning this for thousands of years. The great end of the great war is literally all over the world, and they're trying to do it. But the Most High, He gave us peace, man. So, like the Messiah said, when I speak peace, they are for war. All right, Lord, how long will Thou look on, rescue my soul from their destructions, my darling from the lions? Psalms 57, verse 4, the lions. I will give Thee thanks in the great congregation. Isaiah 30 and 20. The elders and apostles of GMS, those are the people that the Most High will set you up in the right direction. Put the right people around you. I will praise Thee among much people. See, in wise counselors are safety, roughly paraphrasing. But these people out here teaching the Bible, they're not the counselors of that were set up according to Jeremiah. Most High is going to give us teachers. Okay. Let not them that are my enemies wrongfully rejoice over me, neither let them wink with an eye that hate me without a cause. Because this is what has been going on. For they speak not peace, but they devise deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. And the peaceful people are the Israelites, so-called blacks, Mexicans, Latinos, Native Americans, Jamaicans, Haitians, Hondurans, Ecuadorians, Puerto Rican. These are all part of the nations of the lost tribes. Right? You got the movie Indiana Jones. They know that the Bible was translated from the Paleo-Hebrew. That's why you got paleontology and paleontologists and archaeologists. They know who we are. And they know who they are. Not all of them, but they're going to teach their own people their own way, but you understand they're teaching wickedness. Right? Yeah, they opened their mouth wide against me and said, aha, aha, our eye hath seen it. All right. So, let not them say in their hearts, ah, so would we have it. Let them not say we have swallowed them up. Let them be ashamed and brought to confusion together that rejoice at my hurt. Let them be clothed with shame and dishonor that magnify themselves against me. Let them shout for joy and be glad that favor my righteous cause. Yeah, let them say, continue, let the Lord Yahweh be magnified, which have pleasure in the prosperity of his servant. And my tongue shall speak of thy righteousness and of thy praise all the day long. So you just understand that, Deuteronomy 32:17, they sacrifice unto devils, not to capital G-O-D. They sacrifice unto devils, not to God, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. To gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came new